Hello everyone, and like how I promised, if you were paying attention on my YouTube page, I have promised you all a creepypasta for my 300 subscriber special. It's been a little over 300, and I really should have filmed this at some point before Friday the 13th ended. Due to technical difficulties in the equipment that I have, I can't make a really awesome video where you just hear my voice and see a bunch of pictures, even though that is usually the typical creepypasta format. What I will do is read off a creepypasta that I wrote. And usually people are like, oh, well, this is true story, I found this. I'm just expressing my writing, and if you think that this is scary, thank you. If you don't think it's scary, well, thank you for at least listening to it. I'll also copy and paste the story in the description. Without further ado, I'm gonna go and get it and read it for you. It was so scary that even when, or at least for me, I don't know about you, when I was writing it and then rereading it for a friend, it scared the piss out of me. And I really wondered, how the fuck it came from me. Anyway, I wrote this on July 30th, 2013 at 5:30 a.m. The story is called The Otherworldly. It has the face that haunts me, the face with no face, making my palms quiver, sweat collecting on the back of my neck, heart pounding through my chest. I hear shuffling outside my dormitory door, shuffling, scratching, banging, snorting. My anxiety is rising, stress is peaking, feeling possessed and paranoid. What am I doing with my life? I ask, troubled. I race to the door and open it wide, smashing the door into the wall, leaving a tiny hole where the handle struck it. Nothing. All I see is nothing. Feeling relieved, I turn slowly back to my room. Lightning from outside cracked through the dark night sky, and to my eyes I see it before me, hovering over my bed, half in my ceiling, half in open air. This otherworldly presence. All I could see is a dark, long shape, tendrils coming from its sides. It tries to beckon me. I do not give in. Panicking, I turn around and rip out of my dormitory door, and fly down the hallway. The hallway dark, dank. The lights flicker. The stench is that of sulfur. Broken glass bottles, rusty nails, and used needles. These weren't here before, I screamed out. Where am I running to? Not to the exit to the building, I know that. There is a light by the exit door, and a sense of peace. I see that it's daylight, and there's children playing outside with each other, elderly folk walking hand in hand and singing. However, it seems like the closer I get to this place of beauty and joy and paradise, the further I seem to be pulled away from it. I turned to look behind me, and this otherworldly presence was hanging from its feet from the ceiling of the hallway, hanging there. The flickering light showed me there was no face at all, and dense where its eyes should be, and from its hands rested the lifeless body of my roommate. Ripped apart by its claws, eyes ripped out, mouth extended by incisions made on each side of his mouth. A tendril goes up his back, and into the base of his neck. The head comes alive, and he speaks through the body of my roommate like a puppet. Run while you can! You, like he, shall surely be mine. Its cackling laughter shook me to my core. I pressed onward down the hall to the exit, but the exit never seemed to come. The exit kept getting further and further away. Further and further away. I keep turning, and it seems to be getting closer and closer and closer. I drop to my knees. I close my eyes and begin to pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, footsteps continue on. Hallowed be thy name. Footsteps press forward. Thy kingdom come. Footsteps and demonic croaking are just feet away. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Footsteps stop, but the hissing in my left ear, hand on my right shoulder. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, for we have forgiven our debtors. Hand gripping the back of my neck. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Screams were heard all throughout the dormitory building, and frantic blood-curdling prayer. Then silence. According to this man's roommate, he saw him jump up from the bed, saw him look into the room after lightning had struck and ran out. However, what was left was a trail of blood leading to the step of a nearby stairwell, then up a wall with scratch marks embedded in it, then to the skylight where the window appeared ripped open from the inside going out. All that was left of the roof was his clothes he wore to bed, and a body with his eyes forcibly ripped out of the sockets, and his head was turned backward 180 degrees. His tongue was cut out, and his insides were strung across the gravel and tar. What in God's name was this thing? I hope you enjoyed my creepypasta. This is Venom22Frogger, and thank you for subscribing, and thank you for watching. Take care.